and welcome back to another episode of the Lack of Focus podcast with me, Matt Bentley, and with me today, as usual, is Harvey Quinn. Harvey, Happy New Year.
Oh, that's fucking hot. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, indeed.
You can still say it, even though we're a week late.
Well, no, that's everyone takes a week, don't they? You don't that week after the New Year. No one does. Number one, no one does anything unless you, of course, you're like a doctor or a nurse. Yeah, then you're probably very busy.
Do get back to work.
Yeah, please do. But anyone else?
No,
I didn't do anything this week.
No,
I should have done.
Did you wish me Happy New Year?
Oh, Happy New Year.
Okay.
We're gonna get there. Look, we're gonna work this out.
And
I will learn.
Yeah, you're getting there.
I must learn.
You're not getting worse.
Well, exactly.
You've plateaued, definitely, for the last 3 years.
For ages.
For those who don't know, we've been doing this podcast for 3 years. We've just haven't... not that we're taking it seriously now. We were just really... God, whatever we were doing before, it was just basically just recording ourselves talking to our friends, and our friends were just like, we don't want this.
Yeah, why are you sending this to me? I'd be sending them a link as well. Every time we did one, I'd be like, watch this, please.
Check it out. If you are... also... If you are watching the show, which you fucking should be, the keen-eyed among you will notice that I've had quite a dramatic change of look. And to be honest with you, I don't want to... It's just what I do occasionally. Do you know
He's
what I mean?
a maverick.
They go, Matt, but you've taken 3 years to grow your hair out to these luscious, long, blonde locks. You spend so much money dyeing your hair blonde, meticulously golden blonde. It takes so long to do it. Like, then you just lop it all off in the afternoon. That's how I operate. And I've also decided, I was just saying to you beforehand, to have a completely, a whole different sort of fashion change. I've changed my entire look. Trainers are out. No more trainers.
Trainers have been out.
It's going to be clippy cloppy shoes from now on. Boots.
Good. Those are pretty sick, actually.
They are sick. Do you know what?
With the buckles as well.
So these are from 2014.
Good.
And unfortunately... my ex-girlfriend bought them for me. Now, naturally, I threw out everything.
Yeah.
Of hers. Actually, just quickly on exes.
Yeah.
Do you ever when you see like an 18-year-old walking around now, mate, just being an idiot?
Yeah.
There's a part of you that just goes, "You're an idiot," but like obviously you're fucking 18.
Yeah.
So just cut them some slack.
Always. Try to.
Shouldn't you look back at your old relationships and go, "Oh, okay, they were a bit of an arsehole, but like they were just a kid."
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Do you think that? And I think that works for all it. Like, even if you're if you're in your 60s and you got divorced when you were like 50, you can still look back and think the 50-year-old's super young comparatively to where you are now, right?
For sure. Yeah, and I think, I think my attitude to anyone that is like an ex of mine.
Yeah.
You're good. I think very, very fondly of them.
Yeah, you do.
No matter what happened in that relationship, and it could have, I've been cheated on, right? For instance. I don't hold anything against that person because I was with them for a reason because they're decent people, and it just didn't work out. And they were young, and there was loads of other circumstances.
Or they had a great flat. They had a great flat.
They had a great flat.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Stay with them a bit too long for that. But
Just,
you're right by Soho. You're right there. I mean,
in
amazing.
the thick of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can't.
Come on.
You can't put a price on that.
Really.
You can't put a price on that.
Really.
But yeah, and I think I look back fondly on all of them. I mean, sometimes wrongly.
Yeah, I think so.
But
I would say, Harvey, you could turn up your vendetta dial by about 2
notches. Yeah, for sure.
I could bring mine down. I've definitely brought mine down over the years. I mean, I used to. God, wow. I had a sheet of paper.
Yeah. When Guy Ritchie said he was making a movie called Wrath of Man, I was like, well, that's definitely got Bentley cast in it.
Hello.
Yeah, I know, but it didn't. And it was shit for that reason.
Was it? I
for that reason.
Never even heard of the film.
Oh, it's with Statham. It's one of Guy Ritchie's insane, I finished with my, all of my talent and all of my, signature filmmaking style.
There's nothing else down there.
What I'll do is I'll just do a bog standard Netflix thriller.
Yeah.
And Jason will do a bit of a gravelly voice and we'll make money.
And did they make money?
I don't know. I can't imagine so.
Did he, I mean, look, he passed the Hollywood test with the Holmes movies.
100%. Those are good movies. Both of those are really good
movies.
Back,
Man.
The first one's better than the second.
Of course, the first one's better, yeah.
But the second one is still...
What came first? That movie or Benedict Cumberbatch's
I think
Sherlock?
that movie and then Sherlock,
because
Benedict Cumberbatch.
They're very lucky that Sherlock came afterwards. Because if Sherlock had come first and then Guy Ritchie brought out that, they'd go, this is honestly
Yeah.
just like children fucking around on green screen.
They are so different though.
Yeah. They're really different takes.
But what I like about that is to talk.
And actually,
have
I'm
a bit
slamming it, but I really enjoy both. Actually,
have a segue into Guy Ritchie films. I love his early work, like Snatch, Lock, Stock.
Yeah, of course.
Even Rock and Roller. Yeah.
No, dude, Rock and Roller's not him.
Isn't it?
Oh no, sorry.
Was
Rock
that
and Roller
Matthew
is him.
Vaughn?
Layer Cake is Matthew Vaughn.
Layer Cake's Matthew Vaughn.
And honestly, I do think Matthew Vaughn.
But they're
went
both
off
friends.
To make,
Well, Matthew Vaughn produced Snatch and all that
and
stuff.
I think Matthew Vaughn went off to do Layer Cake, and Guy was like, "Do you want me to be part of this?" Guy,
just you do you, mate. Have you got
for this year? You do you.
Haven't you got Bradley Pitt on?
You got Bradley Pitts.
Yeah.
Go do something with Bradley Pitts.
Exactly.
And then he made Layer Cake, and Layer Cake was genuinely one of the best.
It's a really good movie.
Best British movies ever made.
But I think this is the thing with Guy Ritchie. He had that early work, and then even in the Sherlocks, you see his style come through, the quick edits, like the use of soundtrack, but like and the grade and the style of speaking in his writing is all very much there.
He also was able to make Robert Downey Jr. do his sort of like patois, the Cockney patois in a posh 17th century accent.
Yeah, and it was great.
There's no way on paper that works.
I know, but it does.
And it really does.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant, yeah.
So he did that, and then he did Rock and Roller, and which was again good. I don't think it was quite as good as Snatch or whatever.
Well, or what's playing against him in Rock and Roller though is he's
going back to something.
He's also cast. He's been forced to have Gerald Butler because Gerald Butler's the biggest star in the world at that time, right?
Yeah.
And I like Gerald Butler, right?
Yeah.
He's actually fucking good at it. He's in his Scottish accent. I think it's one of his better performances. But what it does is it puts him top billed, and then you've got Idris fucking Elba just playing Mumbles, who's like a bit part in it. Tom Hardy playing Handsome Bob.
Handsome Bob, yeah.
Who is just like both of the, like you could have a whole movie just about how Handsome Bob became Handsome Bob. That whole cast, the surrounding cast of that movie.
Really good.
Sandy Newton. Sandy? What was
I think it's Tandy.
Tandy Newton.
Tandy Newton.
Tandy Newton is probably for me there at her absolute peak in terms of leanness. Yeah. Actor-wise, she's always been pretty fucking good.
She's been outrageous.
But she's lightning in that movie.
Yeah.
And then you've got the great Tom Wilkinson.
Who died recently.
That's
killer, isn't it?
Yeah, Tom Wilkinson, proper actor, man.
Proper actor.
I mean, and I actually I knew his daughter when I was growing up.
Oh,
Molly,
wow.
Yeah. And she was like the first person, everyone was like, oh, Molly's dad's an actor. And I was like, all right, yeah. Is he even famous?
Yeah.
And they go, yeah, there's this guy. I'm like, I've never even heard of him. Yeah. Because obviously I was like a child.
Yeah.
And then as I grew up,
Falcone, Batman Begins.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
This guy is a proper Hollywood fucking movie
mega.
star.
Yeah, he's mega.
If I could have anything like Tom Wilkinson's career of being that, like popping up in everything but being fucking respected,
just every scene he's in, he's brilliant. Isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he in what? Is he in the Full Monty?
When he died, they were like star of the Full Monty, which I think's a shame actually.
That's a shame. He's way more.
He's more than that.
Yeah. But yeah, so Guy Ritchie, Rock and Roller. And then he does Aladdin, the live action.
What is that?
Yeah, he directed that. Yeah,
that's
is it
bad.
exactly?
I to be fair, haven't even seen it.
Is it Guy Ritchie? It is, but you wouldn't know. There's nothing there. Is he just getting? I think what he did was he did that and a double contract. He was like, okay, I'll do this film if you fund The Gentleman.
Mate, I'm learning so much more about these double contract things.
Yeah,
Bradley Pitts.
Bradley Pitts
in Troy.
Yeah,
he was contractually obligated to be in that movie and went there kicking and screaming to that set. The whole thing, that film cost like £400 million to make. It washed its face at the box office and then some. It did very well, but they were meant to film in the Middle East, and obviously the Iraq War had just kicked off, so they had to change locations 1,000 times. And Bradley Pitts had been contracted to just be in the movie, and he was like, and now you look back at it, and you're a bit like, yeah, I get it, because he said it was very difficult for me to get out of frame, meaning. They play watch that movie again, right?
Big lats.
Every time you see him, he is front and center down the barrel of that hero shot down here, and he was like, "Can you shoot me from just like a wide?" They're like, "No, Bradley Pitts, Bradley Pitts.
We've paid good money for you, Bradley.
Paid so much money to have you. We're hero shotting you in every frame that you're in this movie.
He is in every frame.
He's in every single frame, and
with his lovely golden hair
down the middle of the fucking barrel, and they're getting him just under his chin, and he's looking just like regal as fuck. And
he is looking regal as fuck.
It does. I mean, Bradley Pitt's, bored of looking good, I guess, on camera, and wanted
bet he's
to look
furious.
less good. But I mean,
grow up, Bradley.
Bradley.
You play the hand you're dealt, boss man, and you're dealt a killer hand. That is a royal flush. That is a royal flush. That doesn't get much better than that, Bradley. So sit down, have a Diet Coke, and shut the fuck up.
I mean, yeah, and just take your medicine, boy.
Exactly. So yeah, then Aladdin, but then he wanted a fun gentleman, I think, and I don't like The Gentleman. I think it's a bad
Gentleman
film.
is not a good movie.
It's just messy.
Start to finish. And
messy.
I know that you're cross because you wanted to be the Asian guy in it.
I would love to have been the Asian.
And you
guy.
should have been.
I did
audition for the Asian guy in that. And he's shit just because he's mad handsome. He is mad handsome.
He is mad
What's
handsome.
His name?
I auditioned for Henry Golding's part.
Yeah.
But then another guy as well. You
could have at least have been a henchman.
So do you know what's funny about that audition? Obviously, I'm half Asian. My dad's Asian.
Yeah.
Don't look it like obviously. So I go to, but
you don't try to. You could.
I could up it.
Bring it up a little bit.
Not a fake tan.
No.
What are you saying?
No.
God.
Drop a few words here and there.
Yeah.
Broken English at least.
A bit of broken English.
Try, Harvey.
You must try.
You know what I mean?
But I went to this. But on paper, it's obviously like mixed race Asian, right, or whatever. So when they see that and my headshot, no one really looks like their headshots. When they see that, they're like, yeah, we'll get him in. And I went into that fucking audition room. Big waiting room. I think it was up somewhere in town. It wasn't Lucinda Syson or someone like that. And I sat in the waiting room and there's 8 or 9 obviously Asian looking dudes in that room. And when you can feel all eyes on you.
Yeah.
And I was sort of trying to read a paper, just sort of sliding into the furniture to be eaten up.
Who is this?
I expected this guy to
fucking pretend.
Exactly. I expected someone to come up and be like, "Excuse me."
Yeah. This isn't for you.
This isn't for you.
Yeah.
Do you want to? The door's there.
The white guy rolls down the road. Do you know what I mean? Your floppy hair. Fuck off, Hugh Grant.
Exactly.
Get out of here.
Fuck off.
And you're like, I'm bare Asian.
To be fair to you, where are you from?
Yeah. If you start pointing the finger.
Why? Yeah, get your finger out of my face, mate.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got.
No, The Gentleman's not a good movie.
It's not good.
And to be honest with you, Jax from fucking whatever his name is.
Oh, Charlie Hunnam.
He's rubbish.
He's good in that movie.
No, he's not. He's rubbish in everything.
Do you think?
He's been rubbish consistently from fucking Green Street with his gaffy accent.
Not great. He was in Queer as Folk and he was very good though.
He's rubbish in everything. I've never seen him do. And what?
But the thing is, I'm saying things that you've not seen.
Yeah.
I've never seen him. Well, yeah, I know.
Give me some broad strokes. I think he's rubbish.
I don't like him amazingly.
He seems to be a pretty cool dude.
He's cool.
Quite a nice, kind man.
Can I shock you?
No.
It's not enough.
Yeah, well, yeah. No. It is not enough.
It's not enough. You can't just be a cool...
It's not enough.
Nice dude. Unless you're Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves
gets away with it.
Yeah.
But that's because he looks cool.
Yeah.
Doing anything.
Well, also Keanu Reeves, I really get there's a
magic.
There's a footballer called Timo Werner, right, who came to Chelsea for a lot of money from the Bundesliga, and he did win the Champions League, but he notoriously just could not put the ball in the net, unfortunately. And he's a striker,
Fine.
right?
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah.
Give him a different job.
That's bad. Yeah,
give him a different job.
Yeah, and they did. What they made him do, because he's so quick.
Defender.
No. They just made him do these darting runs to basically confuse the defense.
What, left?
In layman terms for you, they would just go, right, Timo, you're going to make the false run, and we're going to go right, and you run left. They're all going to run after you going left, and we're going to go right with the slow bloke.
That's like an NFL play.
It is basically how we used
cool.
him, right, at Chelsea. But Timo, everyone kind of hated him for a while, and then everyone just kind of loved him because he was just trying so hard. He's a really sweet man, Timo.
Oh, nice.
And I really, really, really liked him. Say, I'm just trying to be the best Timo for the team. I really want to make good at Champions League here, Timo. And I loved him.
That's really nice.
And now he's going to Spurs on loan again.
Oh yeah.
They're looking down the barrel of a gun of just this guy who's just going to infuriate them so much. But anyway, that's the Keanu Reeves of the football world. Where people just go, he's trying so hard.
Yeah.
And
he really is.
He's doing his absolute level best here.
He really fucking.
I think it's in Speed, right? With what's her name? Who I love
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
She's amazing.
Sandy Bullock is so beautiful and has been forever.
Yeah, she's good.
He really believes that bus can't slow down. He is like, oh my God, we gotta stop this bus. And you're just like...
He shaved his head.
He looked good with the shaved head.
He did look good. Yeah, he did look fucking good, didn't he?
I don't know how we got onto all this, but...
keep going.
What? No,
what, as in how we got onto Keanu Reeves being cool?
All of it.
I think we started off. I don't know. Look, this is the way it works.
This is the lack of focus.
If you're having problems now, probably close the laptop and walk away. Go for a nice little walk. It is cold though. You can't.
It's fucking cold.
Can't walk outside.
It is fucking cold at the moment. Yeah, I mean, maybe now's a good little time for a sponsor.
You're lovely. Yeah, go for it.
Are we going to have a jingle? We might have a jingle.
We might have a jingle. We'll do it
when our resource team has put the jingle together.
Producers, mate.
They are being quite shit. We are not supported by The Root, ginger kick, cold pressed from East Africa. From East African ginger.
It's a good thing you're an actor.
Words are my tool.
Exactly.
And that's my mum went to their stall and said,
is it coffee?
No, we don't know. It's called a shake and pop. Should I be shaking this?
It's called a shake.
I
and
like
pop.
The colours, and I think
shake and pop. Do a desk pop.
Hey, when was your last desk pop? June 08. They were so convincing.
Just do it. Just do it. Don't think. Just go.
Don't think. Just do it. Just do it. Damage report. Damage report. Right, I'll go do the little taste test. Here we go.
All right.
I like it.
Great. That's good advertising.
Are you ill at the moment?
No.
Have a taste.
All right. I'll tell you what.
Pour into a cup.
Just in case. Yeah.
In case I'm ill. I'm not.
And also, for advertising, people like to see the nice colour of.
Do they? Do
yeah,
they?
That's
Maybe
nice.
change your microphones a little bit away from your mouth.
I know.
Mate.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Have a taste. See what that's like.
Well, that looks like ginger liquid.
It should. Yeah.
It's very good.
I
thought it was a bit. I thought it was going to be spicier. To be honest.
I wanted to really get like that fucking nasty kick out of it. Like,
yeah.
Oh, knowing it's doing good.
But that's because you and I are gluttons for punishment. I don't like enjoying anything. I like punishing myself.
No, I'm
at all times.
I'm completely the same. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know,
so
I can't turn it off.
That's the sort of advertisement you'd be looking at if you did want to get in touch with us. I'm seeing like I'm just gone.
Huge numbers.
I'm doing huge numbers.
Huge numbers.
Yeah.
Seeing huge numbers. So look, and I think we may have caused problems for them by advertising.
What? Because their little stands are going to be overrun.
They're going to be. They're going to get in an amount of orders.
When this goes live.
Yeah.
You know, 2 hours later.
Exactly. They're going to get so many orders of which the world has never seen.
Yeah. Apple 07 sort of stuff.
Exactly. Like when
BlackBerry went out of business.
Yeah. When what's his name?
Go on.
Baldy.
Yeah.
With the turtleneck and the sneakers. What's his name?
Careful. Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Jobsy.
Okay.
Well, look, he's dead. He's not going to come for me. When he walked out on stage with the fucking iPhone, and he was like, "Look, I've got this new thing." That's basically what we've done there, except we looked way better doing it. Better hairline, can see, don't have to wear spectacles.
Yeah, you do wear glasses though.
Yeah, but ornamental.
You wear them to frame your face.
No, I do need glasses. I mean, this is fine, but anything beyond 6 meters, blurry.
Really?
Yeah, well, not. I mean, but
what do you do when you're on set?
I guess.
No, yeah, well.
I just guess, yeah.
That is good stuff.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's good to know.
It's all to play for.
Oh, yeah. I'm just like, well, they look roughly over in that direction.
Yeah. Now, there was a few things that I did want to bring up, or that's been sort of pissing me off. Oh, that was it.
Go on.
There's a couple of chaps on TikTok who I do like, right? But they're now, why is everyone talking about running fucking ultra marathons the entire, what?
Because it's January.
So, can everyone just chill the fuck out a little bit?
Can we please?
If you want to do, like, running... I don't understand it. Like, you're just going to batter your knees up.
It's brutal on your body. It's not good for your body.
Yourself up.
Good for your heart.
All these people like running on concrete, running down fucking South Bank. Mate, you are going to batter your fucking shins, your knees, your hips. If you, God forbid, you're a weighty bloke, and I don't mean fat. I mean, like, imagine if you got some muscle on you, like some of these chaps do. The impact you're doing, I just don't understand it. And why do you have to do 70 fucking kilometers? Everyone just like, it's ridiculous.
This time of year, I hate all advertising because it's obviously algorithm based, and they've realized that they can market to people that are feeling a bit out of shape over Christmas.
That's it.
So they pump up, and then they get influencers to very, very annoyingly sponsor their products. And also, do you know what? TikTok wise, I'm sort of done a little bit with it. There's parts of it I still enjoy, but but like the prime example, you said last year, you said the marketing of a movie is more important than the movie, right? And we watched Saltburn. We watched Saltburn in the cinema. I liked it.
Yep.
But the movie has been ruined for me now since it hit
Ruined.
Netflix.
Instantly ruined.
Because you have all these fucking people doing a green screen with them talking over bits of the movie. It's like, this movie's crazy when he slurps the cum out of the bath.
Yeah.
Right, fine. But then you also have fucking rich kids in stately homes recreating the dance to Murder in the Dance Floor as they're dancing through their house, missing the complete whole point of the fucking movie. Like, it just ruined the movie for me. And any movie that gets a little bit in the zeitgeist is just ruined by TikTok or by Instagram or by social media generally.
The whole thing's over. Honestly, the whole thing of promotion.
I hate it.
The whole thing of movie promotion is done. There's a new podcast called The Rest is Entertainment. It's by the rest of this, the rest of that.
They do the politics one. There's too many.
Even in themselves, they're churning out themselves. So they become part of the problem, which is kind of strange.
We won't be changing our format.
Nah.
I refuse to. Nah. I'm not catering to what's popular.
Nah.
This isn't for you.
Yeah, genuinely, this is not for... I mean, like, the idea of, like, fucking Marvel and all this kind of stuff, it has ruined cinema, but also just TVs now, shit. Like, the only thing I enjoy watching on TV now is The Traitors.
Oh, do you know what? I was talking about this.
Love it.
I was talking about this to Sophie because I never watched. You know, I've said to you before, I don't ever really watch reality TV. And then, obviously, The Traitors last season was very good. Apparently,
phenomenal.
Right? Really good. And I like Claudia Winkleman.
Yeah,
I think she needs to update her look. But
no.
It's her trademark. I get it, but it's way too 2004.
You're talking about her haircut.
And eye makeup.
No, fine. But look at the garms that bird wears on the shows. Watch her.
She looks vibey. Outfits. But I mean, the first episode I watched, and she was wearing like jodhpurs.
Jodhpurs?
Jodhpurs.
Yeah, jodhpurs are cool.
Horse riding.
Oh, they're a bit horsey.
Horsey clothing. Listen, no, it's fine. I get it.
I'll tell you why The Traitors is a fucking great show.
Well, you go on.
No one there is trying to be famous.
That's a good point.
Simple as that. Everyone is there playing the fucking game, right?
Yeah.
Now, they might get a bit of notoriety that lasts a couple of months afterwards, like the last guys did, but essentially, no one's there is trying to. They're not on their phones trying to like. Yeah. They are there. They're in the game.
Yeah.
Like, because it is so like the paranoia of it is so constant that they're trying to find out who's trying to fucking kill them in this house. But they don't have time to play to the cameras or anything like this.
Yeah.
And also, because it's edited, the BBC, if there's a bird on it at the moment who...
That's a key thing. They don't have time to play to cameras.
No, they're not playing to cameras. They are not doing like dive room entries. They're just literally...
And that's part of what I'm going to say next. But go on.
No, I'm done.
So I was always had a sort of a reaction to reality TV because most of it is bollocks, and it is people, as you said, trying to be famous, people looking for attention, and there's something a bit look at me about it, and I didn't like that aspect. But I was having a conversation with Soph, and I said maybe I was like, if there was good reality TV again, like Big Brother 01,
Yep.
I'd watch it because I think it could be fucking useful as an actor.
Well, Tom Hardy used to say he watched a lot of early
Big Brother,
and reality TV because you just find weird stuff.
Well, you just find like weird, like
Big Brother was an experiment. I would have if I could do Big Brother and it not be aired, I would 100% do it.
Yeah,
I'd fucking love to do it as an experiment.
Yeah.
I would. I'd be fascinated by it.
I'm sure there are people conducting experiments, but just,
bruv, it has to be through Channel 4, and ideally it would have to be Davina. I'm not fucking around with any of these new people. Fuck off. It's Davina or nothing.
It's Davina or nothing.
Yeah. What my plan is, I'm going to get mad successful in the acting industry, right? And then out of nowhere,
call
just
up
be
Davina.
Like, oh, Channel 4,
call
hello?
her up.
Yeah. I'll do Big Brother.
Yeah.
I don't need the money. Don't pay me. Give it to charity.
Yeah.
But only if you bring back Davina.
Yeah.
And then it's just me in a house by myself.
On your own. Just what's Matt been doing all day? Well, he's mostly been meditating, and then he'll sort of float around lip syncing to sort of 08 bangers.
That is what I do.
Yeah,
genuinely, that is what I do.
I know. It's brilliant.
No. I ain't gonna lie, you want to want it? I love it.
But The Traitors. So I said to Soph, like, well, let's watch it because it's meant to be good reality TV.
It is good.
And we watched one episode, and it is good so far. I'm gonna get through it.
It's a game show than reality TV. It's not.
It is a game show.
Reality TV.
But it's real people.
Yeah, man.
And when for acting purposes, it's fucking fascinating.
So I applied.
Did you?
For season 3, just as like as to see, and I got really, really far down the application form. It's a long application form, and every question is basically like, "Why do you want to join?" I was like, "Because I reckon I just win. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
trust me. I can manipulate people pretty easily.
Yeah.
I win." And I saw how people did it last year, and they're just shit, and I'll do well. And then Alex, halfway, she found out at dinner party that I told everyone I was doing it, and she was like, no, please don't do that. And I was like, why? She's like, no, I'm not. Just you'll get cross at someone and just verbally take them out, and then that's on TV forever.
It is a good point.
And I want to, when you see like a big gap, and you're like, I could clear that jump. But then you actually you do your run up and you're like,
you're sailing through the air.
My God, I am nowhere near it. In theory, I'd keep my cool in that house and just be like, I know what I'm doing. In reality, when you go that round table, they'll go, you're a traitor. I go, you're a fucking mug, mate. And I'll get personal.
It'd be really nasty.
Shit, hair's rubbish. Get out, man.
And I'd be watching it
Claudia
literally
like,
through my fingers.
Claudia, will you fuck off? Yeah? You has been. When you dancing on ice, love, fuck off.
Here's some fucking makeup wipes. Here's some fucking makeup wipes and a pair of scissors. Get that out of my sight. It looks like it's annoying you. Think about what it's doing to me. Like it's annoying her. It's annoying me.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, Claudia.
So that was kind of anything. What's in sort of global news? Anything?
Well, no war, but Golden Globes just happened.
The Golden Globes just happened, and who the fuck cares?
I think I looked on this morning on the BBC News thing. It's like the highlights from the Golden Globes. I was like, delete. Yeah. I close window. I just don't. I don't care.
I don't give a shit.
I don't care,
and I don't know how they ruined it so bad.
I love film. I love TV. I love like the creative process of filmmaking, and I love acting. I love watching really good actors. But I don't give a fuck about the awards.
I am sick.
It's just like patting each other on the back.
I'm sick of red carpets, and maybe it's because I've done the red carpet once. I was very lucky to sort of shoehorned my way into a film I was in, and it was in Leicester Square, and I did the whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
and it was amazing.
Yeah,
but because I'm not jonesing to do it again.
No,
because it is so just like, what are we here? Why? Yeah. What is this all for? Like, and you see Barry, I can't say his surname. What is it?
Keoghan.
He's
loving it at the moment, isn't he?
He is loving it, yeah. But he stands there posing, and it's just like, for what? To what end? Like, you're so good at acting.
He's so good.
You're so good. But if you stopped doing these awards, you are forgotten tomorrow.
Yeah,
he's done. Like maybe if he stops going to awards for 2 years, gone.
So this is
the Joseph Gordon-Levitt thing, the arrogance.
Yeah,
if you don't play the game, you're out.
This is the thing. I said to you, and I've said this multiple times. Like, if I got nominated, I wouldn't go to the awards, and I genuinely wouldn't want to.
Yeah, but you'd have to go.
But I was speaking to a friend, and he's in a show, and he was like, he had to do this event, and I was like, why'd you go? And he was like, mate, I don't want to go, but like my agent and my publicist is like, you have to go because there's a director that's going to be at this dinner that I want you to meet. And it's like, yeah, but what? If you're an actor, you go to this dinner and you're like, oh, hey, I'll chat to... that director in that event is going to be like, all shields up. I don't give... I'm not fucking networking here. Yeah. I just want to eat my dinner and get out. Like, I can't imagine they're there to be like, let's meet these desperate young... actors.
Here's my theory. All these award shows and all these events would be made bearable and really, really good if plus ones were deleted. You can't have a plus one ever. No plus ones.
Yeah.
You go, you're invited, you're Tom Hanks, you're invited. Sorry, Tom Hanks, your wife can't come. I don't care how famous she is as well. No. Barry, no, you come by yourself. The director, you come by yourself. So in that room is just them. Fucking loads of press. Bring loads of press. Fine, yeah, loads of photographs. But it's the plus one. So take Soho House, for example, right?
Yeah.
So that's a fucking shit show. Because it's all just guests.
Is that why?
Bro. Like even the gym at White. Sorry, this is a bit niche if you don't know what. Like, so it's a members club. You probably do know what it is. Whatever, fine. But it's been so.
It's not for you.
It's barely for me. But it's like it's the same concept. Like, I think if you just went into the room, if the Golden Globes were just no shit munchers, and I include myself in that. At the moment, I'm the shit muncher. If you got invited to the Golden Globes, I'd be like, oh, can I come along? And I try and work the room or whatever.
Is that what happens? I presume so, yeah.
Yeah. It's like you get like this entourage people, like Dave, like Santan Dave, would be able to bring 40 people to any event he's going to because he's Santan Dave.
Yeah.
But those other 39 people are just entourage, absolute bottom of the barrel fucking shit munchers with varying degrees of talent, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But they're not the main event. You're not Dave.
Yeah.
So fuck off. For now.
Because
I just don't. I just the shit muncher to Kano in 2012.
I just don't. I wouldn't even if it was no plus ones. I still wouldn't. I wouldn't find it appealing. It's just
no. It's not that it's appealing, but if at the end of the day,
it's a necessity. It's a thing. Yeah, I get it.
Do it.
I get it.
Have to.
I get it. I would kick my toys out the pram.
Yeah, I know you.
But I would have. I'd have every now.
You'd struggle with it way more than I would. I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, I'd feel
Mate,
really
I
uncool.
Westfield like it's a red carpet. To be honest with you, I don't get.
To be fair, actually, I've done one red carpet and it was nice.
Yeah.
But it was quick, and then it was a private sort of dinner.
Yeah.
And that was nice because it was just people that I knew.
Yeah.
And no shit munchers.
I went through the red carpet way too quickly, and not way too quickly, but I was like. They were like, "Go on, now fuck off. You've
had your minute, yeah,
right?
yeah. They do that though. They always do that.
Went up this lift, and there was just me and Jamie Dimitru in this room. Jamie Dimitru is Stath Let's Flats, Stath, and I just didn't really know what. I was like,
he's not in that movie, is he?
No, he was dating Steve Coogan's daughter at the time, so I think they may be still together.
Oh.
But I was just like, we're equals at the moment. We're equals, right? Equals people. So I can't just open and be like crumbs, man.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Like
so I just saw.
You can. I think you can.
Yeah,
I think
he was a bit. And then at the rap party, I've told you this. At the rap party, he got smashed. So did I.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I went up to Tim Key.
Just
lost my head a little bit with him. I was just giving him too many compliments, and I was like, back off a little bit, back off.
You just see his face sort of like...
Genuinely, he was like, mate, I was in Peep Show like fucking 10 years ago, mate. I've done so much stuff since then. What are you talking about?
He is
like,
amazing in Peep Show too.
But Jamie just spent the whole time going, didn't give me a BAFTA for Stath, didn't give me a BAFTA for Stath. And like 2 months later, he got 3 BAFTAs.
For Stath?
Yeah.
Did he?
It's a good show.
It is a good show. It is a good show.
I don't know what he's going to follow up with, but he's going to...
They are.
They
are giving them away, I'll be honest. They are.
Asim Chowdhury is incredible as Jabari G.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what he does after that.
It'd be difficult because it's such a like a specific.
Yeah, and same with
even we're talking about Glenn Howerton in Always Sunny.
I thought Glenn Howerton.
You saw in Blackberry. You thought he was good.
It is good, but when he gets
flashes of it,
super angry in that film, in rage, real rage. And you do just think like that's Dennis.
He shaved his head for some reason.
The shaved head doesn't work. Put a ball cap on.
Yeah,
because I can see. Listen, he's blessed with very thick hair.
Lovely,
and they're shaving it every day, and I can still see that you're not a bald man. You're a man who's shaved that middle part of your head and left that. So just bald cap up. Like they did it to fuck it. Like what are you doing?
Yeah, bald cap's really good.
He didn't want it. He didn't want to sit in the chair.
Makeup. Yeah, it's a long
for 4 hours every day.
Yeah, it's probably
it's a long time. But like fucking, it's your fucking job, bruv.
It's your job.
You're playing bald man.
Yeah, it's your job.
Bald.
Yeah, it's your job. No, it is exactly.
Tom Wilkinson did it for Rock and Roller.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah. Look good. Yeah, look good. He's. You liked Blackberry though. You thought it was good.
I thought Blackberry was a good movie. It was like the B-Tech version of the Social Network.
Okay.
In the same sense that it follows like a story, a team coming up. It's funnier, but it's also what
Social Network's not really a comedy though, is it?
The Social Network does have elements of comedy.
It has elements.
It's funny at points. It's the complete film. It's the best film ever made.
I think it's
the
pretty
Social
up
Network
there.
is one of the best movies that's ever made. You name me a film that gets you so intense to the edge of your fucking seat with not a single shade of violence. Like, genuinely no violence whatsoever. Just all score and dialogue and pacing.
Yeah.
And like the real time events of this film are not that life and death, right? At no point is anything. It's not Oppenheimer. It's not going to blow up the world. It's a guy making a website that did really, really big, and they're arguing about money. And it's 3 different laws. It's just a flawless movie, The Social Network. Whereas Blackberry, what I can't get around is if it's true, if the real guys of May Blackberry were as delusionally chill out as they came across in the movie. Have you seen Blackberry?
No, I've not.
These guys fumble the bag bigger than I've ever seen in history,
of course.
Right? But it's because they're 3 guys who figure out how to send texts using what we now call data, as opposed to using
text. Yeah, SMS.
But they didn't really know they were doing it. And then they just sort of
Yeah, the BlackBerry pins. That was it. It
And
was
they
like
just
the
sat
instant
back
messaging,
and they were just like, guys, they literally had like movie nights in their labs every Thursday and were disappointed when it got cancelled to do work. Like they were just fucking, they were so jokes. They seemed like
So
really
funny.
cool dudes.
That's
and then
cool.
2007 happened. Matey boy goes out on stage with his iPhone.
And his sneakers.
And he's you don't get to wear New Balance sneakers ever. Are you Steve Jobs? Are you in the band of Apple computers? No, you don't get to wear Steve ever. And yeah, and then they just completely just like they had 45% market share of cell phones in the world in 2007. 45% of the world so that's Samsung, Siemens,
That's mental.
fucking everything, Nokia, everything.
Yeah.
45% of it. And now today they have 0%.
Jesus Christ.
Not 0.01, zero, nothing. They are out of business. Done.
They fully fucked it.
Fucking crazy. And if the film is true to life, then it makes the film better because you're like, wow.
Oh, fair.
Goodness me.
Oh, really?
And
do you think it is?
Yeah, I think it is.
It's based on. I mean, they pump it up.
At the end, they say one of the guys got out early and sold his shares. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And is now secretly one of the richest men in the world.
Yeah.
But then you Google the other guys in the team who are supposedly fucked up, and they're still incredibly wealthy.
Fair.
So you're a bit like, okay.
Well, so this is a sort of character, but obviously it's been New Year. We had Christmas. We had New Year. We had, I guess, at that weird 2-week period where no one really does much except.
I'm gonna just put my cunt card down on the tape. I went away. I was in Mexico.
Oh yeah. No,
So,
but we can talk about that. But I want to talk to you about that because you had horrible experience on the on the flights.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that period mostly I just sort of relaxed and watched some stuff. I've got a recommendation for you actually.
Talk to me.
And it does tie into the plane thing.
Talk to me.
It's a Netflix movie.
Talk to me.
It's a foreign language movie. It's Argentinian, Ecuadorian.
And I'm out.
No, it's it's Argentinian.
Oh yeah. What, Maradona? Diego? Harvey's literally left the room.
It's called Society of the Snow, and it's about the
so the kind of movie you come on.
No, it's about the plane crash in the 1970s in the Andes Mountains, where the plane went down and the plane went down and
Harvey, just to interrupt you, Harvey went to, as a joke, open the door, and then the guys at the studio thought we were done, so they came open the door, and I had to do. So Harvey, don't do that again.
You must commit.
For fuck's sake.
To the gag.
Go on, tell me about this fucking Russian movie.
It's Argentinian.
Well.
It's about the plane crash in the 1970s in the Andes Mountains. You know, the plane went down and they were left there for 2 weeks and they had to eat each other.
Oh yeah, actually,
it's a true story,
and
it's one of the most incredible movies I've ever seen. And they use basically unknown actors to cast it.
You know what?
But it's insane.
I am going to watch that.
Honestly, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I am going to watch that.
The first 20 minutes are brutal, and then it just doesn't let up from there.
No.
Yeah, dude, it's very, very good. That's a really good recommendation.
Good lord.
But yeah, planes.
No, I flew to Mexico and fine, whatever. On the way back, I've made peace with my flying. Right?
Yeah,
genuinely for the last 2 years now.
Sure.
I was basically just getting too ham. I was getting too anxious, and I was like doing this every single time.
Yeah.
And I changed my mentality. I did a lot of research, did a lot of education on how planes work and all the rest of it. And I'm genuinely over it now. Because I was just like, you cannot live your life afraid to get on a fucking airplane. It is insane. So just learn to get over it. So I did get over it. But boy, flying back over the Atlantic is bumpy as fuck.
Yeah.
You are. And it's not even
at night
like
as
you're
well.
afraid that you're going to. So my mentality shift in airplanes was that I say to myself, it's not supposed to be smooth.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Planes are supposed to bump through air.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, it's because your pilot is trying very hard to not make it. So when the plane moves like this and bumps around, like, what do you expect? You're in a fucking tin can flying through the air at 400 miles an hour. It's going to be bumpy. It has to be, right?
Yeah.
So that's my mentality. So when it bumps, normal. Anything less than that, you're like, wow, this is fucking so smooth. Jesus, how lucky am I?
Yeah.
Like, right? But coming back over the Atlantic, and then they lost my bags.
You got back yet?
Back in Heathrow. Yeah, I did, but it was sort of the weird thing about losing your bags back at Heathrow is actually, if you know they've lost them early doors, you just get to go home without any big bags.
And they deliver them for you.
They deliver you for them.
It's concierge.
Yeah, in a way. So actually, I wasn't that pissed off. I think going to holiday without
that's horrible.
Is kind of fucked actually, because that can fuck the first couple of 3 days of your holiday.
if not more.
If not
you've got
more.
literally clothes on your back.
Also, the place we were going in Mexico was fucking remote, so it would have taken them. Like, it was literally through a jungle on sand, and you would.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You're not getting those bags anytime soon if you lost them at.
Bloody
Cancun
hell!
Airport. Yeah,
and what? It was like you went to like sort of a very cool.
Yeah, no, it
nice
was.
place,
no,
right?
the thing is, it wasn't. It was in Tulum, and Tulum is sort of
Notorious for
it's
certain,
just
a certain
it's just
thing.
A bit flash, mate. It's just flash.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's just people with sort of more money than sense, and who are Tulum had a bit of a vogue.
Yeah.
About 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And like everything, just Americans and people from Northwest London just go and ruin it, basically.
Fair.
Luckily, they've now fucked off to Dubai.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
so
God.
just stay there.
Thank God.
Just stay there.
Stay Dubai.
Stay in Dubai.
Do you know why?
Dubai, you love it in Dubai. Stay in Dubai. They love having you.
And I will never set foot
No,
anywhere
I'll
near
never
that
go.
fucking desert shithole.
I'll never go anywhere near Dubai.
I'm sick of anyone that's like, oh, do you know what? I'm gonna move to Dubai.
Go for it, mate.
Great, yeah, you crack on.
Lose my number, though.
Because I don't want anything to do with you.
Don't want anything to do with you,
I
mate.
don't want anything. I'm sick of the sight of you.
Or they
to be
go,
honest.
I should get a bit of winter sun. But okay, fuck off.
Yeah, great.
Fuck off
Good
to
for
Dubai.
you.
That's
Oh, there, no, yeah, I know. There is culture there. There is culture. Yeah,
No.
you go find it. You go find it. You go
find
find
that
it
culture.
in the desert.
Yeah.
In the desert.
Yeah. No interest in it whatsoever. But we in Tulum, we were further up the road.
Yeah.
Quite a lot further up the road in this really, really, really nice sort of boutique hotel. Only problem is if you go to boutique in Mexico, yes, you're out
Is
amongst it. You're rusted.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, but it was fucking cool. It's like I'm not a traveller. I like my comforts.
Yeah.
But I also like to feel in and amongst it. And it was right on the beach. Listen, I had
Perfect.
a fucking really good time. Very lucky to get out there. Really, really fucking nice. It was a trip that I had booked through lockdown that got cancelled.
I remember.
It was
I really want to. I think this is the last year, that I'm going to spend at home. I'm going to go away.
Why does everyone go away in summer? I don't understand it. It's like London in the sun.
It's quite good,
Mate, honestly.
It's quite good.
Like, as Kano
Yeah.
once said, you got to love the city in the sun, bro. You're done though. Like, it genuinely is phenomenal.
London when it's sunny and it's not like disgustingly busy.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
So don't go to Soho House and don't go to White City in the summer.
No, but go for a walk.
Go for Soho, Heath,
hit the lakes.
hit the lakes.
Honestly,
yeah,
it's fucking
it's really good.
The best. Like I'll fuck around with you in Dalston at a look. Like remember I had a self tape in the height of summer on Tuesday. It was a Tuesday, and I booked my day out.
Oh yeah,
because
and then
of
we
the
just
tape.
had a few beers.
And
That
we
was
just had a
pretty
few
fucking
pints
good,
at the side of the roads, and it was
That
just
was
like
quality.
fucking hell. And we just got back from LA at the time, and we'd done the exact same thing in Venice.
Yeah.
and I was like, I'd rather be here than Venice Boulevard. Right?
Yeah,
This is genuinely cooler, and it was technically, to give it a stupid word, cooler.
Sure.
I loved it.
LA's not very
So
cool.
everyone goes away. LA's not cool.
It's not very cool.
LA
is it?
is not cool.
I used to
either.
think it was cool. We haven't really. I don't think we've.
There's a
properly
director
talked
who I
about this.
don't like anymore. He's a producer of a film I was in. I just think he's just a bit self-involved. Says he on a podcast. Imagine me calling someone else self-involved.
Well, look,
And he said that I've said it on this podcast before, but he was like, growing up, I realised I'd grown up when I stopped thinking America was cool because it's not.
yeah, there's parts of it that,
Of course,
that are,
It's
but
massive.
I
There are
think,
some elements of it
yeah,
that are fucking amazing.
I think, I'd have no interest in living there, which is probably counterintuitive to say as an actor. I'd be like, nah, fucking shit, because I would go there, of course.
Yeah, you'd be going work.
For work, yeah.
Go and work there, do 4 or 5 month stints if you're really lucky. And if
Yeah.
you're cursed and lucky, you get a TV show that runs for 8 or 9 years that you have to live there for. Right?
Yeah, and
But
then
it
you
is
become
only-
one of
it is
those
only
people.
10 years. It is only 10 years.
It's a stretch.
It's a stretch.
It's a
but
10
you
stretch.
can't- you listen, by series 3, you're making so much fucking money. You're getting private travel
a
back
very
and forth
good
to
point.
London. You do whatever you want at that point. Like, it genuinely is chaos.
It's a very good point.
You are making not even a great show. You
Yeah.
can be on New Girl, which is a really, really, really good show.
Yeah.
It's not a great show.
Yeah, man, this is the thing. So yeah, for Christmas, I think I'm gonna go away.
Yeah.
The reason being, and like, I don't get me wrong, I'm really fucking I'm lucky to have my parents, and I'm lucky that
Take it
they're-
as read. Take
yeah,
it as read.
Take
Yeah,
it as read.
Yeah.
But going home for Christmas and spending an extended period of time with your mum and dad, and with
Unbearable.
your family, it gets to be a lot.
Yep, of course
And
it
the
does.
way, what I mean by that is, I had an easy childhood. It was pretty good,
Yeah.
but all problems are relative, right? And I've recently realised in the past sort of few years that there were things that happened when I was a kid. I don't want to call it trauma, but there's things that happened when I was a kid that have coloured who I am today, right? Be it little things that my parents did because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing, because why would they? They're first-time parents, they're young.
First time being alive as well.
Yeah, and it's like, for instance, I didn't really ever have words of encouragement as a kid, like ever, which is probably why I'm fucking such a sucker for attention now. Do you know what I mean? But like little things like that. So every time I go home, sometimes it's amazing, but sometimes it feels like digging up an old grave. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, so it gets a bit uncomfortable, and like Sophie spent it with my mum and dad as well, and they love her, and they have a really good relationship. But like Sophie was like, oh, my family experience isn't like this at all, so it's weird for her. And you never really feel like you're comfortable in someone else's house, do you?
Yeah, I mean, she would feel like she can't go to the fridge.
Yeah, of course she can.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. But yeah,
help yourself. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah,
there's one house on earth that isn't my own that I feel it's my mate Ross's. I can do whatever I want at his house.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But apart from that, at his parents' house, I mean.
Yeah.
Apart from that, no one.
It's very difficult to like, even if someone's like, please, here's the keys to my house.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. So yeah, that's.
But mate, you're definitely not alone with that.
Yeah.
I had this conversation with just like, at the end of the day, your parents will just. It's not. That's tough. It's tough. Fucking tough.
But that, like we said, that Christmas time it can be a really, really tough time of year. Just for everyone. But obviously there's people that are fucking way worse off that, and that's why I feel bad complaining about it, because it's like, I'm lucky to have them. I'm lucky that I got to spend that time with them for however long, which was good. But I think next year I'm going away.
Yeah, look, I think the main thing, I was away on Christmas Day this year, because it was the cheapest time to go, right? Which was, look, a little part of me felt a bit sad about it.
Yeah, of course.
A big part of me didn't care.
Yeah, you were texting me being like, mate, because I sent you a picture of me and my dad in the pub, and you're like, mate, that's made me fucking homesick for England. And I was like, mate,
you're like, mate,
get a grip.
You need to get a grip.
Yeah, are you joking? Yeah, it's freezing here.
Have a dip in the sea.
It smells like dogs.
Yeah. I mean,
and I like dogs, but they do smell.
They smell like a pub quick time.
And they do just stink up the gaff.
Yeah, they do. I mean, look, the idea of
Christmas
being away on Christmas Eve made me more sad than being away on Christmas Day for some reason. Plus, when you're away, the day's over so quickly. So I woke up at like 7:30 in the morning, and it's already like fucking the afternoon.
Oh, fine.
So it was but by the time I got to like till 4, it was done. So you didn't have much time to think about it. You're just like,
yeah.
I would do it again, definitely. New Year's Eve. Okay, this is what.
You were back here for New Year's?
I was back. Yeah. Had a takeaway with a couple of mates of ours.
Nice.
It was great. But New Year's Eve, what I'm sick of on TikTok and every other podcast is people going. This is in the run-up to New Year's Eve. Everyone always does this, and they say it like they're the first people to come up with it. They go, you know what, New Year's Eve's the most overrated night of the year, and they want people to go, that is so insightful.
Hot take.
You've just absolutely nailed. You just knocked that out. Wow, gosh. Yeah, do some jokes about it. Say how like, oh, you wait till midnight. At what other night would you wait till midnight to start having fun? Like, just fuck off. Yeah. I get it. New Year's Eve is genuinely just the fucking worst
the new year
night of the year. It's absolutely pointless. I'm gonna do New Year's Eve. I once had.
It's the worst night of the year.
I once had a fucking huge New Year's Eve when I was living in that complex where I had the downstairs neighbours.
Yeah.
And we did like a joint sort of thing.
I remember that.
And that was. I mean, that was a fucking proper ease up, and it was like amazing. Other than that, sack it off. Have a takeaway.
Yeah, I mean, I just cooked.
But don't bang on about how how unique you are that you don't like New Year's Eve. No one likes New Year's Eve, mate.
It's definitely not the worst night of the year.
Are you going to say something like, the worst night of the year is when you get, like, mugged and shot dead?
Well, that, or, anniversary of a parent's death. Anything that, and it's going to be subjective, because there's not a global anniversary of a parent's death. Or, like Diana's death, maybe? That's sad for a lot of people.
Do you know the date she died?
No.
So then why?
I'm saying I'm sad for a lot of people. It's not for me.
She died in the height of summer. It was August, I think.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, height of summer.
That's ruined a lot of people's summers.
It did.
People do get irate about that, even though they didn't know that.
I stood on Finchley Road with my mum and watched her coffin get driven by. I was 6 or 7 years old.
Did you understand what was going on?
I knew that someone very, very, very important had died. And my mum, although being I think my mum was pretty much the same age as Diana.
Yeah, it would have been
and
30?
like they looked a bit similar. Like she cut her hair into the bob. Everyone had that Diana bob, and my mum was blonde as well, and like sporty and slim.
Yeah.
So I think she resonated in the same way that like a lot of women now resonate with Kate now.
Do they?
Yo, definitely.
Really?
Oh, 100%, man. Yeah, she's a fucking pin-up.
Is she?
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like,
look, she's like someone of the people. I think she's fucking brilliant.
I don't know enough about
She's
about
great. She looks great. That's all you need to know. And
Cool.
she's not like an outward cunt and like horrible. She's
Okay.
nice. They seem like nice people. So when Diana died, I think a lot of people were just like, and also the hate for the royal family at Diana's death, even before Diana's death, was the height it's ever been.
Oh really?
Because
they'd ostracised her.
It was at its absolute peak, and it needed to be. That was the Kickstarter to change it all up. So the hate was there, the love for Diana, and we lined the fucking streets. I watched it. It was 10 seconds. She drove past in the coffin on the way to wherever she got buried. I mean, chaos, absolutely mad. I really remember it vividly.
Do you know what?
Go on.
Busy funeral processions. They're either because they love you or because they hate you. Because Gaddafi, do you remember when they killed him all, that they toppled the statue? They were so angry. There's so many thousand people in the street for his funeral because it's like, fuck you. Just saying, there's a thin line between love and hate.
There it is.
And I think that brings us on to the fan mail section.
Good.
We've got a couple of questions.
Good
today.
stuff. Good stuff.
The first question.
I think I'm going to be annoyed at this, aren't I?
No, it's for Matt. Well, you might be.
Okay.
To Matt, if you could model your career on anyone, and it doesn't have to be an actor, who would it be? Who do you think conducts themselves in the right way?
Oh.
And that is from J.L. Hewitt. J.L. Hewitt.
Well, Jennifer Love, fan of the show.
Fan of the show.
You know what's mental? She actually works on a show called 911, What's Your Emergency, where the guy I grew up with, sort of a friend of mine.
So she is a fan. So what you're saying is that's
Oliver Stark, and they work on the same show together. So
do you know what I mean?
I'm
Jennifer?
1 degree of separation away from Jen. Modeling my career on someone who's conducting themselves in a cool way. Fucking hell, that is tough. My first thought there was initially like Paul Bettany, because I think he's just picked good movies over the years. He's sold out. He got his Marvel stuff. He got his moolah, and now he's just sort of rocking around.
Yeah.
I also think Paul Bettany's probably a bit try hard, but I'm also a bit try hard. So maybe
that's kind of aligned. Yeah.
Go
he's cool.
Tit for tat.
I watched an amazing movie with him.
Yeah.
Literally the other day, and I'm not sure if you've seen it. Margin Call.
No.
So it's about the 2009 financial crisis, and it's set in an investment bank firm, and he plays this English senior trader who's like a bit of a cunt. And he nails it, and it's got it's got fucking Jeremy Irons in it. It's got Kevin Spacey in it. It's fucking mega cast. But I got recommended watching it because a lot of the boys I know are like in sales in the city, and they love it. Yeah. They love it. And but funny enough, when you were talking about Social Network, about like high stakes, but nothing happened, no violence, just people in meetings. But Margin Call is exactly that. And Jeremy Irons in that movie is the most. He has a character where he's like the big boss that walks into the boardroom, and it's the most terrifying character I've ever seen in that sort of setting. I'd recommend it.
British accents. American accent, surely.
No, British for Jeremy, British for Paul. They're playing their own, but it's set in Wall Street.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fucking good, man. It's fucking good. It's on Amazon. But Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany, because I can't. James McAvoy.
Yeah,
is probably my most respected actor. I fucking love James McAvoy. I think he's cool. I think he does. I just genuinely think he's just a cool dude.
Yeah,
who's mega talented.
Yeah.
All of his movies are fucking slam, like fucking home runs.
Yeah.
And he famously walked off stage at his drama showcase because he forgot the words and said, "Sorry, I can't do this."
That's cool.
And everyone was like, "You're finished, James. You're never working this down again."
Were there just loads of old Glaswegians in the audience?
You went to Royal Scots.
Oh right, so they are probably
and
just like people with kilts.
Listen here, you wee bastards.
Listen here, you wee bastard.
I don't want to work in Glasgow. I want to work in fucking Hollywood.
And he did.
And he fucking did.
That's okay. Cool. So those two.
Yep. Who would you?
She
didn't ask you.
It didn't ask me, but I won't answer it just because of the state of padding out time in that. Saoirse Ronan, in terms of her career, the career choices that she's made, I think she's
okay. Bearing
top
in mind,
of the top.
If you're going to do that, then you need to be as good as her.
And I'm not. And I'm not.
Neither of us
That's
are,
true.
Unfortunately.
And Andrew Scott.
Yeah.
He's good.
Andrew Scott's phenomenal.
Fucking good.
Andrew Scott started in
Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers, baby.
Yeah, I know.
Band of Brothers.
He must have been fucking young.
They were. They all were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's, funnily enough, another war movie that he's in, he only shows up for a few minutes, is 1917.
Yeah.
And he's incredible.
Look,
in
the
that.
thing is, he does his sort of like looking at the ground.
Yeah.
Look, and
Yeah.
he
Play to your strengths, though.
No, he's clever at the moment. Is what Ryan Gosling said in 2015 or something. He's like,
Yeah.
I've been a bit omnipresent for a little bit, so I'm going to just take 2 years off and be away for a
Good
bit.
idea.
Because people are going to get very sick of me. And as I saw Andrew, and I love Andrew Scott, I'd just seen him do Hamlet in town.
Yeah, you said it was good, right?
No, genuinely, man. I'd studied Hamlet through school. I'd given it a flick through. Do you know what I mean? I'm not famed for my reading, if I could just shock you. But they're not meant to be read, they're meant to be watched. I've seen Hamlet a few times. I saw Rory Kinner do it at the National, and I just was like, what? When fucking Andrew Scott did Hamlet, I was like, oh, I get it.
He's got his own take on it.
Dude,
though.
I get you. I get Hamlet. I understand the play.
Yeah.
I understand your fucking choices. I understand that fucking famous speech. I understand that famous speech isn't even the best part of Hamlet. Fucking amazing.
He's untrained as well, Andrew Scott.
Yeah, because you don't need training. Because the concept of training. We training for what? You're not training, genuinely training for what?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. Well, not classically trained.
He knows how to do emotions. You're born with that.
Yeah, you are born with that.
Oh, so sick of it.
Great. Okay.
Any other questions?
Question numero 2.
Yeah.
A question for both of you.
Yeah.
What has been your worst audition experience and what has been your best one?
Do you want to go for that first?
Yeah, worst audition experience. There's countless. There's countless, and they all come down to the fact that I've not prepared well enough, and it's not that I wasn't lazy and like fuck that, I'm not going to prepare. It's I didn't prepare well enough just through lack of experience. Like I'd be like I know the lines definitely know the lines, and then I get to the room and nerves get the better of me, and the lines go out the window. So for me, preparing well enough is preparing. You know the lines well enough that even under fucking gun to your head stress, you can do it. But yeah, man, the amount of auditions I've fucked up, the amount of times that I've stopped auditions, been like, I'm really sorry, I think I'm done. Halfway through a scene that I've done that. It's just mortifying, but it's just part of being a bit sort of an actor starting out.
I can predict how you would have gone into the room and you're in how without being too condescending, you're fresh to this.
Fresh, yeah.
You've done very
of course,
well.
Man. Of course.
You've been very successful in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
You've only been doing it really for 5 years.
I'd say 5 years,
It's chaos,
properly,
man.
yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah,
and I know how you would have gone to those early auditions when you're in the room, and
No
I know
experience.
you're too relaxed, you're too calm, which is a great part of your personality, but you would not. You need that fucking fear, bruv.
Yeah.
You need that terrifying.
Yeah. No, to be fair, I had
prepare better.
I had the fear,
You had it a
but
few times.
but it wasn't the fear.
You had nerves, you had fear, you had but you're like you need. There's different.
Well, I just
got it now.
This is it. I wasn't experienced. I didn't understand
You need the experience.
I didn't.
Just the utter chaos of knowing the lines whilst you're on a trampoline and people throwing tennis balls at you.
Exactly that. Yeah.
That mad. Like that.
I didn't know I needed that, and then obviously when you do a cold audition in front of, let's say, most casting directors are really lovely, but there's a few that are fucking cold as fuck.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're in the room with one of them, and they're just looking at you like you're a fucking piece of shit. They might not be thinking that, but they're looking at you like, and in your head, you know, everything's subjective, isn't it? So you're like, fuck, like this person fucking hates me. Mate, and then you have to do that, and then it's fucking awful.
I had my worst one ever, and I've been doing this for a very long time. My worst one ever. There was 2. One was because of something it just didn't work in the room. I went in to audition for the Sandman.
Yes, yeah.
The fucking lead, and I made a really, really strong choice what I was going to do with it, and they were like, I just felt a bit silly.
Oh,
I'd done it.
fine.
I'd done it, and it was one of the recalls for it. So I sent a tape first. And I was in there second time,
Yeah.
and I slicked my hair back, which I don't normally do.
Yeah.
Put it into the cat, and I fucking went for it, and it was a bit awkward.
Fine.
But that was a good case of
That's
bad
a
audition,
good
right?
that's a good
I made
one,
a choice, and I
Didn't work.
and I fucked it up.
Didn't work.
Fine, cool. The worst one I ever had was out in I actually genuinely had forgotten her name, but she's a big cast director, and she had championed me for a couple of years when I was at Curtis Brown. I'd gone in for seeing her for a few things, and she finally saw me for this ITV cop show, the prequels of Inspector Morse.
Oh, right, fine.
And it's similar to that. I didn't know, and I some people let you sort of I model around the scripts, right?
Yeah.
So I learned the fucking words,
Of course, yeah.
but I also put in a lot of ums and ahs, and I go sort of blah, like that, and I delivered it how I want to deliver it, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have the same stature and confidence I had now. I was still only about 23 years old, but I thought I had this like 10-year wealth of experience behind me.
But every 20-year-old does.
No, but I'd been doing it. I'd been auditioning in rooms since I was 15. So I was like,
So you do sort of have
I know what I'm doing here.
But you're still 23-year-old
Still
kid.
23-year-old kid.
Yeah.
She stopped me, and she was just like, "You don't know this, do you?" And I was like, "I'm so sorry." She's like, "You don't know the lines, do you?" I was like, "No, I do know them." She's like, "No, you don't." I can't believe you would come here without knowing the lines.
Really?
I know how long you've been doing this for. I know how I know of you. How long? I mean,
Oh.
what do you think this is? And I was like, am I being fucking? Listen,
That's unacceptable now.
Listen. You can say you don't know the lines. Go away, but don't. She sat me and dressed me down for a fucking 5 minutes.
That's
Whilst
unacceptable.
I was just sat on this chair.
That's unacceptable.
And she goes,
For casting director to do that.
Do you want to come back and try this again? And I was like, you're not gonna. I'm not gonna be at the level that you want me to be in half an hour from now. She's like,
Yeah.
gonna come back tomorrow. And I was like, fine, yeah. So I went outside, called my agent, and I'd just been with them for like a couple of weeks at this point, and I'm fucking furious. I'm very angry. I'm just like, how dare she? And she was like, they were like, listen, they hold the cards. They're in charge. She's a big cast director. You got to fucking go back and do it. I went back the next day, knew all the lines, but this time around,
It just soured it. Yeah.
This time around, no, I was just shit because I was just like, if I get a single word
panicked.
wrong,
Fuck
and
that.
genuinely now,
That's horrible.
if I were to go and see her again, firstly, depending on the project, I'd probably say I'm not going to that audition.
Sure.
And secondly, if she did call me up on it again, this time around, I'd be like, listen, with respect, this is my audition. This is how I've done it.
Yeah.
And like, take it or leave it. I actually can't remember her name. I'll Google it after this. I don't think she's a relic, and I don't think she'll be around for much longer.
Fine. I mean,
I
that
think-
old school style of casting is really not cool.
They're just not making. They're not making those floaty remake shows anymore.
No, what just casting directors in general now? They're looking to be encouraging and for you to be your best as you walk in the room. They're not looking
they
to be
should
like
be.
grilling you.
No, man, she
Like,
was
what's the
horrible.
point? They want they've got a problem.
Horrible.
They've got a problem that they want you to solve.
She also brought up another actor that I knew that I'd worked with at a behind a bar, right? And she's like, I think he's going to be. I mean, you're lucky to have met him. He's going to be a real star. Guess what he's doing now? Guess what he's doing now? Fucking nothing.
Yeah. So
you're not. You're.
yeah, exactly. What's your best audition?
Best audition was for. I mean,
You had a couple good ones recently.
yeah, at the top of my head. I mean, this one's years ago. Was just the Playboy King of the Game sketch, which was for the most money I'd ever seen in my life at that point.
Sick.
It was back when adverts were still a lot of money, 2015.
Yeah.
And I went into the recall, and I was just like, similar to that. I saw the storyboard of what they wanted, and I was like, well, I can't do that. My hair doesn't fish like that. So I was like, throw that away.
Yeah.
I'm going to do whatever I want in this room. And
Yeah.
I just in the room knew immediately. I was like, well, I've just done something that no one else.
Sure.
I saw the shit munchers waiting in the corridor, trying to be slick Rick, Mr. Cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm not.
Yeah.
But I know how I'm going to pull the taxi over. I know how I'm going to talk to the birds. I know how I'm going to jump out the car. I know I'm just going to do it my way.
Yeah.
And then the girl who ended up doing the girl version of the advert said she remembered me from the recall, and she's like, I knew you got it.
That's
immediately.
cool.
And that's when you sort of pocket this. Either it's like leaving an exam. I've nailed that, and you fucked it.
Yeah.
Or you've nailed it, and you've nailed it.
Yeah. I
But
felt like
when
when you come out though and you've like, I've nailed that. It doesn't even matter if you get it or not. Obviously it does, but it doesn't.
Well, you know my phrase now, which is I've given them a problem.
Yeah,
I'm a
exactly.
hard guy to cast because I'm weird,
Yeah.
but I will go into the room, and sometimes I'll walk
do
out and I'll
something.
text you and I'll go, right, well, they're going to have option A, which is the safe option.
Yeah.
I've now given them a real issue because they're going to want to cast me,
but they won't.
But 6 people around the table up above them will be like, well, we can't because he's just doing what's he. This is weird.
Yeah, that's what I did with.
I know your best one.
My best one was the Dune one.
Of course.
So I auditioned for their HBO doing a TV show Dune. It's based on it's a prequel to Dune the movies. They've changed the name of it. It was called Dune the Sisterhood, but it's now called something else. And auditioned for
that's the NDA violation.
And that's the NDA violation. No. I think
sure. All right.
Yeah. But I auditioned for it's public knowledge. It's public domain. Okay. Auditioned for one of the characters in that. It was like one of the. They've got an ensemble cast. It's like one of the leads, and it was like fucking really. That really good script, and it was 3 scenes, and I prepped and did the tape, and I made some good choices. And then they asked me in for recall, and they sent me 4 more scenes, and they were like, learn these 4 scenes for an audition, and they were like, we'll pick 2. So I was like, I don't know which one I'm going to audition, so I just have to prep well for 4, and I prepped really fucking well, and went in the room, and the cast director was lovely, really, really nice, and put me at ease immediately. And then we did the scene a few times. And I knew I was just nailing it. I was just because I could see them both the people in the room were like smiling whilst I was reading, and I had a really good chat afterwards, and then left. And then I was like, that's the best audition I could give them, and I'm happy either way. And I called my agent, and then a week later, my agent was like, "You're still in the running. They've availability checked you for all of 2023." I was like,
"Fucking hell!
What? All of it?" She was like, "Yeah, all of it." Yeah. I was like, "Cool." And then 2 weeks went by, and I was like, "There's no way I've got it. Like, I just haven't." And then they availability checked me again, and they were like, basically, my agent was like, they would have sent you to the production team. And as like you said, I think when it gets to that point, the casting director's done their job. They're like, these are the 2 or 3 people that I want, and then it comes down to about 6 or 7 people probably around the table at HBO or wherever, and they're like, well, let's all vote on who we want, and then it's just look, it's part of the game. It's out of your hands.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that audition, and also I've had a few good auditions where I've had fun in the room, and it's been fun. Yeah. But mostly tapes now, man. And I've tried to have fun with them. Like whenever we do tapes, like trying to be a bit.
I always do.
Bit funny, bit creative, or like, and even if it's a serious thing, just put you in it. I think it's quite fun.
I don't fear auditions. I don't fear tapes anymore. That's the main thing.
Good. So that question was from T. Chalamet.
Oh,
looking for tips, are you, Timothy?
Timo.
Look, just call me. Just call me, Tim. You don't have to write in like this.
How's Wonka doing?
Apparently, it's very good, which is annoying because I like. It's annoying. Do you know what I mean? It's just annoying.
I think we're running out of time, bro.
Last question.
We're running out an hour, 7 minutes. We've got to be quicker.
Oh no, but we've got it for another 5.
Oh really?
Yeah, because we started early.
But the podcast's gonna be. Let's go.
Yeah. Last question. I'll keep it quick. Question is for Harvey.
Yeah.
And it begins. I know you don't like talking about it, but perhaps with the new year starting, you'll be more receptive to the question. I know you're a reasonable and intelligent man, and she's put in brackets here, top 2% of the UK populace. Right, I don't need to read any further there. I am reasonable, yes, but I'm not going to talk about Cavill and the fact that we're really quite similar in terms of strength and weightlifting.
You know why I want you to be successful? I want you to just get a different job.
Yeah. You're sick. You're fed up.
Normally, day to day, I kind of want Harvey to fail a bit. Obviously, I want to be the main one. I want him to be second. But now I'd like you to get a different job, just so you sort of like start to work with Cumberbatch or someone, a different actor,
different one. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And fake being friends with them because at the moment I can't. If I hear one more thing about Henry Cavill, do you know what I mean? I'm gonna
We're quite similar in terms of build.
It's like I want to take my arm off just to have something to throw at you.
Yeah. Hashtag bring back Radcliffe.
Yeah.
They're moving into production. They're moving in production, I think, March. Just look. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want. I don't care, but I'll sell out. That sort of brings us to the end of our show.
Good.
And it is a show. Any wrap-up thoughts?
No wrap-up thoughts. Do get your questions in.
Do get them in. I'll put the email on the bottom. Like and subscribe as well, for goodness sake.
Must like and subscribe.
Again, look.
Taking food out of our mouths.
He's got headshots tomorrow. And look, poverty has done him a good job. Do you know what I'm saying? But we're not. Once those headshots are over, I don't want to be in poverty anymore. I'd quite like a pot to piss in.
Yeah, oh yeah. At least.
So come on, let's dial it up, guys. We're putting the effort in. Are you?
Just quickly. Let's do another history episode.
Definitely.
Next week?
Next week, done. History.
Look forward to it. Do the camera. Turn it on.
Hang on. What now?
How do we normally wrap it up?
Well, I really would like to say stay out my fucking way again.
Okay. So Harvey, what would your advice to be to other actors coming up through the industry that if they were to get a foothold in the acting world?
Well, stay out my fucking way.